Hello, alright, so this is SimplySarc's new video, why it's time to retire XP, and yeah, I want to some of my thoughts on it.
Today, we are talking about experience and how in the current state of the game, this system is so broken that it is time for Mojang to make a decision. And that decision is to decide whether to overhaul this whole system or to just retire experience as a whole. So
No, those aren't the only two solutions. Minor changes can make big differences sometimes.
I've actually made a video on this before, but I'd like to make another one to really drive home the point. I'm going to do this by showing you a design for a farm to really hone in on the big problem here. And I'd also like to go over some common arguments I heard and go a little bit deeper into why this is different. Alright, so now I really want to get a little bit deeper into why specifically this is a big problem, and I'd also like to address some of the common arguments I've heard about this as to why it's not a problem or why it's always been a problem. We'll talk about things like end renders and zombie piglin farms. Alright, so I like to imagine a triangle. Alright, so here is our triangle, and there are 3 points on this triangle, as there generally are on triangles. We have speed, simplicity, and very importantly here, scarcity. So when we imagine something like an end render or a zombie piglin farm, these are very good farms. They're very speedy, they're fairly simple to build.
They are not very simple. Maybe an Enderman farm is kind of simple, but absolutely not a zombie pigman farm.
But there's one key element that they don't have, and that is scarcity. If you want to use these, if you want to build them, you have to go to a specific location, so the end void or the nether roof.
The roof is literally everywhere. Like, okay, so we have a new rolled random seed. For some reason, I can't see my cursor. All you have to do, build a nether portal, go in, and then just from anywhere in the world, go up, and boom, you'll reach it. You can even place a nether portal up here. And then you can just go back and forth whenever you feel like it. In survival mode, it takes, what, 5 seconds to go back and forth?
Roof, and you have to build them here. So when you actually want experience, you have to go to a specific location to collect it. This is not true when we think about this mechanic, this farm.
Yeah, you have to spend 5 seconds going into a nether portal. Oh no. Let me just demonstrate this on my survival world, because Enderman farms are a lot more simple to build. I'm here in my house right now, right? And so if I want to go get some XP from my Enderman farm, and I'm demonstrating with an Enderman farm because those are significantly easier to build. But anyway, I just go over here and go along here. ignore how bad the Enderman farm is. Okay, so that took what? A minute? A minute and a half? That's all I have to do. And then I don't even have to take the trip back. I can just go back into this portal. And I'm back home. It's not that hard.
It is really, really fast. It can be as fast as you like it. It is crazy simple to build. Let me just show you this, right? If I just take these trapdoors off. This is all the farm is. The footprint is tiny. It's like 4x4 or 4x5. It is so simple. And you can always make a point, an argument that enders, zombie piglin farms are also fairly easy to build. But this is just like a different level. And
you need a wither rose? You have to fight the wither?
the most important part here is this can be built anywhere. You can put it here. If you want another one like 10 blocks away, you can build another one over here. See that village over there? If you want a source of XP, you can put one there as well. You don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah, you also don't really need to go anywhere with the pigman farm.
Specifically, experience becomes so abundant that it is just on tap 24/7. One thing that I heard quite a lot of is that this isn't the same. It's not an issue because this has a cost to use and most of the farms generally are free to use. This is kind of a non-issue because
yeah, that's a pretty good thing too. Like, it is cheap, but it's still a cost.
Because the resources that actually takes to create the potions are very cheap, they're stockpileable, and once you've got a big enough stockpile, this is essentially free anyway. Another thing I heard quite a lot of is that experience has been broken for a very long time. This isn't a new issue. Experience has been broken for a long time, but there were still some remnants of value in an experience system. Specifically in the availability, you still had to put a bit of effort into projects, so you had to go to places. There were restrictions on how you accessed experience. But when we consider mechanics like this does not have any restrictions.
Mechanics? This wasn't intentionally put into the game by Mojang. Mojang didn't create farm designs and, like, make advancements for them or something.
And it leads to a situation where experience generally does not have any point at all. The reason
That's only if you make farms. Remember, Minecraft is a sandbox game. You don't have to make farms. Usually I hate the argument of, oh, if you don't like something, you don't have to use it. But really, in this case, it's not really negatively impacting your experience if you don't use it. There are plenty of sources of XP. You don't need a farm.
this is a problem is because we've got mechanics like enchanting, repairing, mending that are necessary. These are mechanics that the players really like to access. But then we have this obsolete system that at this point is just getting in the way. It's busy work that is blocking these other mechanics, but
it's not obsolete.
The XP system itself has really lost its way. Either do the system right, or just get rid of the system entirely and allow us to access these essential features.
It is being done right if you don't use a farm
more fluidly. Anyway, this is just my 2 cents. You can have your 2 cents as well if you'd like to share.
Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say here is farms are not intentional game mechanics. You don't have to make a farm. Most people don't even know what a farm is. Keep in mind, most Minecraft players probably don't look up guides. So yeah, XP is fine the way it is. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say